Hello everyone, my name is Pedro E. Morante. I'm a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, board certified, the founder and CEO of Pass Review. I would like to invite you for a one-day event called PMHNP Level Up Final Coaching Last Minute Preparation happening in Los Angeles, California on September 6, 2025, Saturday. Please check out www.passnp.com for further details. See you there!
So my school gave us access to a review course, and I feel like I wasn't learning as much. I feel like it was very dry. But here with Dr. Morante, he was very engaging. I learned so much in just this one day. Then I could learn from the review course that my school provided. He really focused on the topics that were high yield on the exam. And he was very funny, which made learning the material a lot more interesting, and I feel like it would stick. Yes, absolutely. I would recommend it to anyone studying for their board reviews. Yes, I am.
The content of this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the guidance of your healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your mental or physical health. The views expressed are those of the host and guests and do not replace personalized care from a licensed professional.
Welcome to Mindful Moments with Pedro Morante, a space where a nurse practitioner and educator shares real talk on mental wellness, mindfulness, and navigating life in and out of healthcare. Let's take a moment to breathe, reflect, and grow together.
This podcast is geared towards people that are demystifying their own mental health. Always remember that you are loved, whatever mental health disorders or journey you are on. We are here for you. So I would like to introduce an amazing guest. She is very special to my heart. Nakikita ko lang siya noon sa mga notebook ng mga classmates ko. And also, ngayon, in reality, nakikita ko na siya. Sister-in-law ko pa siya. Actress, model, commercial model, dancer, Broadway singer, name it all. I think lahat multi-talented tong taong to. Miss Aiza Marquez, everyone.
Wow.
Parang deja vu lang, oh.
Ang lalim nung introduction. But thank you. Oh, alam mo, honestly speaking, I don't know how to address you. That's a perfect word. Kasi brother-in-law na, at the same time, I'm with a doctor. So I would say this is my first being on a podcast. And also being with a doctor about mental health. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna learn a lot today. I'm sure kayo din. Marami kayo matututunan. Alright, let's get started. Oh my God, natitense tuloy ako.
Yeah. Handa ka na ba sa mga tanong ko? Di ba?
Let's see how it goes. I don't know.
Hindi naman ganun kahirap, pero we just wanna get to know you. Maraming nakakamiss sa'yo, lalo na yung 80s, 90s era.
Oh my gosh, I feel so old. Bakang ganyan.
Hindi naman, grabe. Tignan mo nyo naman ang mukha mo, di ba? Parang ageless talaga.
Wow,
grabe.
thank you.
Age gracefully. Yan si
Wow.
Aiza Marquez. So,
Yes.
welcome once again to our podcast show. And bago natin talakay ng mental health aspect.
Yes.
Siyempre may mga niready mo na akong tanong para sa'yo sa
Wow,
mga
para
nakakamiss.
sa akin, personal ba to?
Handa ka na ba?
Yeah,
Namiss mo
let's
ba yung
see.
mga tanong na to?
Nako, it's been a while with this interview and this kind of questions. Like I said, I've never been to a podcast, but mostly on the screen, on TV, interviewing you live at the same time. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Exciting, but a little nervous. But let's see.
Shake off muna tayo.
Yes, shake it off.
Chill.
Shake it off.
Okay. So, first question ko sa'yo, paano ka nag-start sa show business?
Well, I started I would say, in a commercial. Why and how? I think I was watching a TV back home, and sabi ko, ang TV days pa yon, 'di ba? Ganun kaluma. But sabi ko parang gusto ko gawin yung ginagawa nila, like it's like multitasking, versatile. You're singing, you're acting, you're dancing. It's like a Broadway but on TV. So I was like, I have this feeling that I want to do this. So I told my mom, gusto ko mag-audition sa Ang TV. Oh my gosh, nag-audition talaga ako sa Ang TV at saka pumila
Oh
ako.
my God.
Ngunit, subalit tatapwat, hindi ako nakapasok. Line up lang, pila-pila, madaming pumila talaga. So dumaan ako sa stage na yun. But after that audition, may lumapit sa akin. I would say, 12, 13 maybe. Maybe 12.
Wow.
And in-offer ako if I wanted to do a commercial. So, syempre, as mahihain pa ako back then, ha? Hindi ako ganito, promise. Hindi ako ganito. Parang, smile, like that. Hi. But I don't talk too much. So, it's always like nodding, smiling. And then, my mom asked me, gusto mo ba? Sabi ko, we can try. We can do it. And I said yes. So, nag-audition kami for a commercial. I think after that VTR, we call it VTR in the Philippines. And I said, go. Sige, go kami. Audition, VTR. And I got into my first commercial. Siguro mga nakadalawang balik ako, basically, sa VTR na yun. And I got the first commercial, which is Pepsodent that time, with Paulo Contes. Paulo Contes was very famous back then because he's from Ang TV. So I don't know if that's a sign for me to be in the industry, but that's the most important thing back then. It's like from there, dire-diretso na siya.
Parang domino effect. Parang doors have opened for you, right?
Oo, nag-open. But also, not to the sense na parang every project, there's another project. It takes time.
Okay.
So that's how I started.
Yeah, and then I think may kakibat din yung na swerte, and at the same time yung face value, and you work hard
in
for
a
it.
sense, because you really work hard for it. And other than that, after that, may lumapit sa akin if I wanted to be on TV or in a movies. And I did the audition as well. So I would say luck in a sense because may lumapit sa akin and I don't have to struggle with it to find it.
Yeah.
So, syempre, I'm very grateful, right? But you have to work your way up, basically.
Correct. I think it's your calling to, like, nabigyan ka ng opportunity and then dire-diretso
There's an
na siya.
open window,
Yeah, that's
basically.
great. Okay, follow-up questions ko. What did you like about showbiz personality at that time?
Compared to now,
Yes.
before kasi it's more genuine eh. Genuine. Tsaka maliit lang yung circle nyo. And more on, how do you say it? More on, you're more private and being outgoing outside. As in work lang. Minsan, makakasama mo yung ibang artista, but not all of them. As in, piling-pili lang talaga. And also, kasi I think it's because I'm mahiyain, I'm very shy, I don't hang out with celebrities. I am more hanging out with the behind people, like the staff itself. Like, who makes your coffee, who makes your food.
Wow.
I talk to, like, executive producers, not because I'm kissing ass, you know. It's more of mas comfortable ako than hanging out with the artista back then. So I think it's just me. But now it's way different. So it's nice, but then again, you have to learn hanging out with different people. So back then you cannot see me like talking to other people. That's how shy I am. But now it's different. So
So like 360 degree, right?
mga ganon.
Ganda niya. Okay. Now, I also read from an article that you're trying to, reinvent yourself from your old version to your new self right now. Can you tell us about that one?
Reinventing myself. Yeah, I would say I did it. I did that because for those who knows me, this is not how I am back then. Sobrang mahihain nga ako. Hindi ako masyadong nakikipag-usap sa tao, and my mom have to push me na, oh, you have to talk to the reporters. You have to be like more, welcoming, more warm, like talk to them. So ako na like, back then, like, why? Why do you have to do that? Because you're in the industry, na? But since you don't know anything about those, I kind of like learned how to do it until I was doing more events, doing more, more shows with people. But still, I'm very selective kasi. I'm very more private. I would hang out with certain people, but not the whole entire time. Meron din akong alone time for myself, ganun. So, now that I'm here in America, mas naging open yung mind ko to like talk to different people, different culture, knowing how they are, like basically learn who you are, for example. Like, ganito pala si Doc Peter, ganito pala siya. So, mas yung wide of understanding, yun yung na-reinvent ko sa sarili ko. And also, being by myself in New York with 2 kids. So, I think we call it like adulting. There you go. That's a perfect word. Adulting na lang.
That's great. And thank you for that insight. And basically, kung titignan mo yung old self mo before, kakausapin mo siya, mayroon ka bang advice sa kanya at that time? Or kung may time machine yan na, okay,
Na parang,
kakausapin mo yung little Aiza before na
oh my God.
very shy.
Will-
Pero hindi halata. Ang dami mong projects na, okay.
No, as in, no. I like I said, like I learned from it. I worked my way through all those projects. Like, kasi back then, social media is not in yet. Only what? Facebook? That's it. No, not even Facebook. Friendster, I'm sorry. And MySpace.
Okay.
So, we are more like engaging with people one-on-one. Like, going out with people, it's more genuine, and being friends with your coworkers is more genuine. Then now it's like, oh, I know what they're doing. Oh, this person is in this place. This and that. Makikita mo lang sa ganun eh. Here, it's more of like texting and calling. So I would say, I don't know, with social media now, it's a huge thing. And also like with mental health people, they can see everything in there and changes what they see, what they feel, right? I don't know if I'm wrong, but that's what I notice about it. It can change you, can be good, can change you, but it depends how you like accept it in you. So I would say, I don't know, I would say to her, I learned from everything. But I don't, there's no things that I have to say. Because there it's more of accepting things and just observing. And now I would say I'm happy for what I'm happening right now. My situation. I would say, I don't know if I'm wrong.
Great. Did you ever struggle with like self-validation? Because a lot of people right now, they depend themselves on social media and like they compare themselves. Were there ever a time na may self-validation issues before? Like, take us before showbiz and then after showbiz.
I think before showbiz, no, in show business, I'm very insecure because of my height. Because I'm what, 4'11"? I'm 4'11". So, and every time people would see you like, oh, ang liit mo pala. I was like, yeah, and it hurts me. Parang, how do you say it? It's a very sensitive feeling, which is true. Totoo naman, but you don't have to rub it in that I'm small, Like, I know that for a fact because, and also in my head back then, like, what can I do? This is what God gave me, and my parents are not tall. Okay. So you can expect like a 5'5" or 5'4" girl to have like a 6'0" or 5'10" daughter, right? So it hurts. It's very hurtful. But now, I use it as a joke already. Okay. And pag sinabi, ang liit mo pala, I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. Maliit talaga ako and I can't do anything about it. but I'm gonna be young forever. So, merong twist na lang. But in validations, in a sense, na, how do you say it? Validation in a sense, like, no, I just don't care anymore at this point. Back then, I would really like, no, I'm this. Like, I would like put it in my head. But now, I just don't care what other people, whatever they're gonna say. Because you know, I've been in my head, I'm on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I don't ask for anyone to like, you know, help me out. At the end of the day, you know, I'm paying my bills. I'm doing everything for myself. So to me, it's like, it's all right. Every person is different. What are you going to say? Your thoughts might be different. You know, my thoughts is different. And you cannot please everybody. Unfortunately, that's how it is. That's what I learned about being here in the US. In the Philippines, siguro, baka, ano pa ako, more sensitive. I don't know.
Okay. I think that's comes with emotional maturity and based from your life experience. Also, those are things that have molded you. Right? Past experiences,
Exactly.
present, and the future. What you're looking for. Okay. Ang galing. Pero sabi nga nila, small but terrible, di ba? Or pag nakikita ka naman sa room, kahit maliit ka, ikaw yung standout, di ba? X factor per se.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but I think it's from what you learn from the past and from what you know.
Okay.
I'm not a perfect person. I'm still trying to figure things out on my own, but I take it day by day.
Okay.
Especially now, I'm alone with my 2 kids. It's hard, especially living in New York City. So to me, it's a learning process. Sabi nga nila, kung meron mga bagay na gusto kang matutunan, right? You can learn from other things. You can learn from what you're reading, and we can learn from what you're hearing or listening to. It's up to you how you want to take it. If you want to learn about it, sure. If not, that's on you. You always have your own decision. So right now, it's just, I'm taking it day by day, honestly.
Okay. Thank you so much. And then also, tatanungin ko din sa'yo, kamusta ang puso mo ngayon?
Wow! Oh my God! Sandali.
Paano ba kiligin ng isang Aiza Marquez?
Pwede bang ganito reaction ko? Oh my gosh, napatubig ako. Sandali. Pwede uminom ng tubig?
Sige lang.
Na-tense ako See, sabi ko sa'yo, ayokong ano. I'm like on the spot right now. Steady lang. I don't know. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. From my past, I would say, relationship, my past, my divorce. I just got divorced officially. But right now, it's more of I'm relaxed. I would say I'm gonna lie to myself if I say I don't want a relationship. But in New York as well, it's hard to find a relationship there. It's more of, they call it millennials, is like situationship. Back then in my time, 80s, 90s, walang ganon. You probably just don't know or use that word because you're not aware of it. But it's hard to, the selection, as far as I noticed, the selection in New York is huge.
Okay.
You see different people. And plus, you do this like app dating thing. I don't do that because I'm an old school person, you know. It's either you meet it around your friends, your family, whatsoever. But right now, I'm just, see how it goes. I really don't know.
Do you still plan to remarry?
Ay, oh my gosh. Alam mo, hindi, hindi ka yung unang nagtanong sa akin yan. Diyos ko po, ano ba to? Feeling ko si Boy Abunda kausap ko, sandali. Remarry? I don't know. I cannot tell or I cannot say. Kasi baka pag sinabi ko na parang, no, I don't see myself doing that again. Depende siguro. Depende dun sa magbibigay ng end game sa akin, yon.
Okay.
Depende. But as far as the moment, sa sitwasyon na to, sa moment na to, pwede kong sabihin na parang no. But you'll never know.
Okay.
You'll never know what's gonna happen next. I don't want to plan the future. I just let my future takes me wherever I'm supposed to go. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, abangan natin ang susunod na kabanata, sabi nga nila. Diba?
Wala pa. Wag muna natin i-jinx.
Okay.
Let's see where the boat ends.
Yeah, Crystal and I will always be supportive of
I know
your
you guys are
love
very
life.
you guys are always asking me like,
Yeah.
how's your heart? Like, I would say sometimes I was like, I'm broken. My heart is broken. My mind is this. It's everywhere. And, sa sarili ko, pwede ko rin sabihin na parang, am I complicated in a sense? Like, but I know what I want. At the moment, it's just, I don't want to think of it. Maybe it's part of me that I miss, being with someone or having someone. But also the question is, does it have to be? And I cannot say I'm full, but you just have to learn that you have to be full. Why? Because you have 2 kids. If you're single mom and you have 2 kids, your heart and your mind is very important. Kasi hindi ka makaka-function. Tama ba?
Tama.
Hindi ka makaka-function. It affects your whole entire being. And you also have to consider who's around you. Especially my kids are very important. And I'm very hands-on mom. So with situation, if you're heartbroken or you're lost, you don't wanna show that. Tama? You don't wanna show them like you're this, but also you can't hide it. Because at the end of the day, na magbe-breakdown ka at some point. But also you wanna take a pause. Okay, I'm doing this. I don't wanna show them that I'm hurting, but also you have to step aside that, like, let me go to this side. I don't want them to show this, but this is how I feel.
Okay.
Me and my daughter, we have like a really like straight, forward conversation. Like, regardless of the school, she's 12 now, so every day to me, what she feels is very important. Or even to my friends, they would tell me things like, "Oh, my situation is this, my situation is that." But my question to you, and I just want you to give me like an honest, straightforward answer. What do you feel? Because to me, that's very important. Because if someone is hurting me or someone is, if there's something is bothering me, I would step out on that bubble. And I have to question myself, like, are you really okay? Do you feel okay? But you have to like think, like, put yourself in a reset mode or find something to make you feel okay, because you have to, but especially with single mothers or single dads. I just don't want to use it like, probably the single dads are feeling the same thing, right? But I think with women, it's very hard to be like strong, and you have to be like, oh, you have to do this, you have to be strong. Aiza, you have to do this. Ganon. Talagang sineset mo yung utak mo na ganon. So yon.
Nice. Strong and independent woman.
Hindi naman. It's so hard to be strong, ha?
Okay.
Kasi ayaw mo din naman mag-pretend na strong ka, but you have to. There's no other way. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You just have to fight and keep going, basically.
Never give up.
Exactly. Okay. Although at some point, dadating ka sa utak mo, merong nerve dyan na sasabihin na parang, I'm so tired, I'm so this. But then again, you have to reprogram yourself. No. Hindi pwede. Kasi merong ibang tao nagde-depend sa'yo. Or you have to do this regularly. You have to be professional sa work mo. But also at some point, meron namang kurot sa puso mo na parang, I'm breaking down. But you just have to balance it. Let it out, other things, but on the other day, you're okay. So, I don't know.
Tama. Like, life is a sense of balance, like emotions, how you feel, you have to express it.
Yeah.
Or else sasabog ka na lang bigla, di ba?
Yeah, nangyayari
Basically.
yun. Nangyayari yun. Kasi I would say nakaka-relate din ako.
Take us to your journey about motherhood, and remember, they will always say, "Oh, Aiza Marquez followed love and become a mom, and now she has two." Take us to your journey of motherhood, and is there anything that you would change, or you think this is the best decision that you've ever made in your life?
Ang lalim nung
Yeah.
follow love, ha?
Uh-huh.
At some point, I think sinunod ko yung puso ko back then.
Okay.
And also probably to learn outside my comfort zone, maybe. Because I think I wanted to be independent on my own and learn. Siguro kung hindi ako umalis ng Pilipinas, hindi rin ako matututo sa like real world. Outside world, basically. I don't want to say real world, outside world, but more of outside world. Like outside your fence. Because we have our own fence. I'm sure you have your own fence as well. But I have to like jump in a little bit to learn more things little by little and see what's, the world can offer you.
Okay.
And ayokong din sabihin na like, or if your question is like, if there are any regrets, na I don't want to say, kasi hindi ako matututo kung meron akong regrets eh. And I'm not gonna have my 2 kids if I regret about whatever happens. Whatever happens that time, it happened for a reason. But at least, you try to keep it together for the family, for yourself. And I think ako yung type ng tao na I'm always, how do you say it? I always find a good thing on a person. Even if you do this, no, he's still this. This person is this. Even with friends, it's like you're justifying it. Pero it's just who you are. Like you just trying to find, you're this person that you see good things on people. Kahit na may nagawa sila sa'yo in a sense. This, may nagawa naman siya. May natutunan ako about this situation, about this relationship. And even if you go on a date or something, or you're in a relationship for a while, or you're dating the person for a long time, at some point in that time you learn something from that. Can be a culture, can be food, can be something that you don't know anything about. So I just don't want to see or say like, I regret being with this person. It's the worst day of my life. No. Every day, there's always a learning. It's a learning process. Until, yun nga sinasabi ko, hanggat hindi ka namamatay, hindi natatapos ang mga sitwasyon, na wala ka matututunan sa until end of time. So yun, I hate saying I regret things. So, but I just take it as a lesson.
Great. Kasi hindi naman tayo matututo kung hindi tayo nadapa, hindi tayo nagkaroon ng mistakes. And then,
Yeah.
I think coming from you and hearing from you, the emotional maturity really is there, and it shape you. Those decisions
it
you made.
really shaped me from being a single mother of 2.
Yeah.
And especially living in New York by myself. And, I just try to make things lighter.
Okay.
Kasi, especially now, with the social media and what's happening in the world, to me, you just have to find a place that's colorful, or make it colorful at least. Kasi if you go to a dark side, it's already dark. Even if you go to that dark side, find something that it can change a little. At least matouch man lang, mabigyan man lang ng konting kulay yan. Then if it doesn't really work that way, then find a different space. Find a different, more, colorful world. So it's always up to you. You always have a choice. Yun nga sinasabi ko, even when finding love, if you came from a bad relationship or anything like that, and you think it's not possible to find love, it's always up to you. Do you want to stay in here? Do you want to be a bad person for your whole entire life and not change things? It's always up to you. You always have a choice. but you probably chose to be that way.
Okay.
If you don't believe in a relationship, because I hear that sometimes. It's like, no, I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in a relationship. I don't believe in love anymore. Da, da, da. Because it's just, it's what they feel inside. But you always have a choice.
Correct. And life is beautiful, as they said.
It's
right?
it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a joy.
Basically. Yun nga like, it's medyo sound na parang, ay, lahat ng
Cliche.
tao sinasabing journey. It's a journey, really. Kasi hindi natatapos ng journey until you die. Until you're not breathing anymore. And I always talk to some friends. I have a lot of different friends. They're like Brazilians, they're Filipinos, American, Latin culture. They always say different things. So they always say different things as well. So parang sa akin, we are always in a different situation. What we feel. This person is in a different situation. This is what's happening to their life. This is what's happening to your life. So it's really a different path. It's always, you can choose your own path and find it more, nicer, make it, different from other situation. So it's really a journey.
Okay.
Take it day by day.
Yep.
Yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanila. Take it day by day. As I am, because I'm very, how do you say it? Parang parang I'm an overthinker. So sa akin na parang, no, Aiza, don't. Like, pinaprocess ko yung sarili ko, don't, no. Mahirap, but you have to learn on that. You have to pag-aralan mabuti na kailangan mo maghanap ng ibang other way. It doesn't stop, unfortunately, but it's really a journey. Take it day by day. That's about it.
Okay. And then also, did you ever struggle with any postpartum blues or depression, like at that point of your life na about your motherhood?
Actually, that's a good question, no? I think hindi. Kasi parang in-enjoy ko yung journey as a motherhood. And although hands-on mom ako, and I'm like, my husband was working back then, and housewife lang talaga ako, which is I'm not used to it because I'm used to like being, working 24 hours
Grinding.
every day, project to a project and another project and other things. This is like a whole different world for me, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being a mom. So kahit like I don't have enough sleep, and it's very tiring. I know. Like I told my sister that talagang every 2 hours, 3 hours, they wake up. Especially newborn babies.
Yeah.
They wake up every 2 hours, 3 hours. You just find a way to keep it more entertaining and to keep you more awake. So to me, I think with my firstborn, she's 12 now. What I do is like we're watching cartoons. If she's not sleeping yet and she woke up to feed her, we're watching cartoons. I'm turning on the TV because I have to stay awake.
Right.
So parang parang nilalagay mo na yung utak mo na no, you have to stay awake or else it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a trouble. Same with my son.
Okay.
So that time I watched Game of Thrones back then. So it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. So it's always your choice to entertain yourself as well. Kasi I know like your presence is there, yung attention mo nasa kid mo, this and that. But also to make you feel more stronger, I think, you have to find ways to entertain yourself, to also enjoy that moment. Kasi if you think na parang, I don't have enough sleep, I don't have this, it really affects what you feel.
Correct.
And you don't want to function. You're just kind of like lost. So it's like I said, it's always up to you. And I know some people are having a hard time finding that. But with a support system around you,
Right.
that's very important thing to me. If you have a great support system, it helps you somehow. It's like a boost. Parang kape lang yan. Alam mo yun, parang energy drink. It helps you out. So, I mean, to me, I think I have a strong personality. That's why. Also, you know, even if I'm doing it by myself, because I have to. So, talagang i-ano mo yung utak mo, iset mo yung utak mo ng ganun. It's gonna play you around. I'm telling you, sa lahat ng mga mommies there, or, you know, it's gonna play you around. Yung mind mo talaga merong tornilyo dyan na parang, medyo luluwag sandali. No, kailangan mo lang ibalik agad.
Tama ka doon. Your mindset is your biggest asset, sabi nga nila. So, talagang-
Exactly. So it will help you. It will help you for sure.
Yeah. And nabasa ko din sa mga research na 1 out of 7 women really struggled with like postpartum blues, depression, perinatal depression. So basically, kapag yung nanay, bago lang siya, walang support system, traumatic yung childbirth, maraming blood loss, yun yung mga different factors na mas prone sila sa postpartum anxiety and depression.
Exactly.
That's why we really need to constantly check and monitor them particularly. At kung wala silang support system like meaningful engagement with their friends, family, and loved ones, they will struggle. Like, okay, normal pa ba to? Hindi na ako kumakain. Di ko na na-enjoy itong pag-breastfeeding or pagpapakain sa anak ko. Ayoko nang mag-shower, ayoko nang lumabas. Parang, those are things na babantayan mo. Pati yung pagtulog. So, some people will say, okay, hindi na ako natutulog. I have this worry. Baka anong mangyari sa anak ko. Parang ganun. So,
Yeah, it's always, I think, parang you always have to offer something. Regardless of whatever it is. Like, offer something. Like, hey, do you want this? Or even they say no, bigay mo pa rin. Bigay mo pa rin sa kanila. At least they feel, you know, they feel the love or the support na nandyan ka sa kanila. And you just have to like constantly remind them na parang, huy, dali, andito ako, hindi ka mag-isa. Diba? And I will always be here.
Right.
And this is what you need. So, kahit nasabihan nilang no, like hindi. Kumbaga parang nagsa-step back sila, mag-step forward ka. Or whoever that is, or who you with. You know, like, not even just a partner. Maybe the family members at least. You know, step forward. Kasi alam mo na nagba-back up na sila eh. O, backing out to sandali. Step back to No, ikaw na yung mag-initiate. There you go. That's a perfect word, initiate.
And it takes two to tango, sabi nga nila. If you really have a good partner, I think it will be a very enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
Ang motherhood kasi very complex siya.
Yeah.
So before, during, and after, it's like a roller coaster of emotions.
Exactly.
Hormones are there, up and down yan. And then basically, you just need to find ways how to cope with it. And if you really can't, like, sobra-sobra ng depression mo, anxiety mo, I think it's very important to seek like a mental health professionals.
Yeah, sobra.
And meron naman tayong mga therapists and also psychiatrists and psych nurse practitioners that really can help these patients out. So if you have trouble sleeping, you know, and under eating, you have like anxiety, you have issues like taking care of your kid, and you're struggling with postpartum depression, lasting like 2 weeks to 6 weeks or even 4 years, it's really important to seek help, guys. You are not alone. Remember that in our mental health journey will be different for each other, but all the moms out there, salute to all of you. You guys have gone through a lot, and what we can tell you is that please speak up. We're here for you. Psych Up is always here for your mental health services. Dr. Norberto Tuason is here for all of you, and we have also therapists that can help you out. Okay? And it's always important an early intervention kaysa mag-antay sila na grabe na tapos doon sila magsisik ng help. And that's something na pwede nilang either patayin yung anak nila.
It happens,
Like, you
no?
hear voices or see things
Yeah.
that are not there. Tapos sabi ng bosses, patayin mo yung bata, patayin mo yung bata.
It's very important
Psychosis.
that you have to listen to
Yeah.
the person itself and always check on them, like how they feel, how they are, like always engage, like regardless conversation. So
Yeah, and kapag kailangan mo na ng help, dial 988 US hotline also for anyone experiencing mental health crisis. So you can also text them and then they can they will respond right away for you. Okay? Now we have a special guest. He is a resident psychiatrist of PsycUp. He will talk about postpartum blues, postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, and postpartum psychosis. No other than Dr. Norberto Tuason. Hi, Doc.
Hello, everyone. I would like to thank everyone also for allowing us to participate in this very important topic of maternal health. And we are here just trying to share some insights, some information about the importance of being aware, on especially mothers that are about to conceive or get pregnant, and throughout the entire pregnancy and even post-pregnancy.
So, Doc, lagi po nating naririnig kung may misconception like, oh, buntis ka, kakapanganak mo lang, dapat masaya ka, ba't ka umiiyak, ba't ka nakakaroon ng anxiety? Ano ka ba? Ignore mo lang yan. Ano po yung advice nyo sa mga taong nagsasabi nito? Or
Yeah.
tama po bang sabihin to ng mga kaibigan o kapamilya sa kakapanganak lang po?
Yeah. Well, you know what? The most important thing is we have to think that this condition is actually the most common complication in pregnancy. Very high rate, right here in Los Angeles, we have about up to 26%, and higher in the Black population and Hispanic population. Higher, like Black, they have about 33%, and up to about 30% of them have depression and anxiety. So we have to be aware. We have to be sensitive to these people around us. When you see someone who is pregnant, you have to be careful in talking to them, more of support, console them, and maybe congratulate them. Anything we can do to cheer up their mood. And the most important thing is awareness. The first person who will be aware of this, of course, is the patient themselves, the pregnant woman. But we live with them, we see them, we have to be sensitive to some soft signs, as early as like disturbance in their appetite, their low energy will be down, and sleep pattern will be disturbed, But then these are early signs that can actually be leading to an onset of prepartum depression. This prepartum depression can go all the way up to the postpartum state, that time. We have been aware of what they call the baby blues. Okay, baby blues and the depression itself overlap in their symptoms and signs. It said that what they call baby blues, I think it's more visible. Okay, they are manifested like irritability of the patient. They can have dysphoric mood, labile mood. They have irregular sleep, trouble sleeping, and a lot of them are actually suffering from anxiety. But the difference between this kind of mood picture compared to the real depression of prepartum depression is that this is brief. It can last from maybe 2 weeks or 5 days to about 2 weeks. And usually it ends in about 2 weeks compared to the other depression, which is the real depression of pregnancy. It can last from 6 months to even 1 year. It's so easy to correlate that with the physiological changes during the pregnancy itself. I think irritability is more seen in what they call baby blues. Sungit, masungit, no?
Kung baga
Little
irritable
things.
po sila, walang tulog, 'di ba? Parang pong di makakain, sobrang
yeah.
irritable.
Is it psychological? Like the feeling and the situation? Kasi I have 2 kids, doc. So I I would say hindi ako dumaan sa ganong or any depression. I don't know if it's personally or psychological. Doc, is it psychological?
Well, you're right. That's why we are saying that this can happen to about 13 to 19% of affected women. So meaning, hindi lahat ng nabubuntis pregnant will go through this mood problem. Some of them very tough, they're very healthy. They will take it, go through the course, no prepartum, no postpartum depression. But what we are talking here is the 13% to 19% that might have. But then there's also a question. You have to make sure that there's no pre-existing depression even before pregnancy. Some of them have bipolar disorder. Some of them may have recurrent major depression, pabalik-balik. So we don't know that. But these are people that can be more prone to have this prepartum and postpartum depression. Okay, so we have to be sensitive about that. Let's say this is a new depression that happened to this pregnant mother. We have to think about what's going on in their mind when they knew that they're pregnant. Some of them are so cheerful, they celebrate. Some of them will trigger the biggest problem. Oh my gosh, I got pregnant. There's so many implications of that. Okay, especially for people who are like minor. It's a big impact to them. They can trigger a lot of worry, stress, financial issues, moral issues, family pressure, and all that. So we don't know that. So during the pregnancy, okay, first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, another factor that's very important to consider, these women are starting to think, am I gonna breastfeed my baby? That can actually worsen the depression because it becomes a stress. Some of them, after baby is born, they don't want to do breastfeeding, but they're under the pressure of the need for them to breastfeed. So that can actually contribute to the worsening of the depression postpartum. So prepartum, in terms of what they're thinking, can actually be worsening the prepartum depression. You see? So that's just one thing. And then you worry about what is the outcome of that if the mother did not breastfeed the baby. What are the psychological impact of that? The bonding impact of that to the baby and the mother. There's so many factors that they think. Or maybe they don't realize that can have some sequela or repercussions, the bad outcome of a mother not breastfeeding the baby. There's also a consideration of what happens to the depression if there is a breastfeeding. Do mothers benefit from breastfeeding? Will the depression be controlled or reduced if a mother breastfeeds versus a mother who doesn't breastfeed? So the depression is affected by that. And then the length of time of the breastfeeding can also have a factor in the reduction or control of the depression. So there's so many factors to consider once the mother conceives.
And before conceiving. It's
before
like
conceiving. Yeah, there's so many.
nagke-create na ng yung mind mo
Yeah,
naglalaro
yeah,
na at the same time
yeah,
while the baby's out. It's the same
yeah,
feeling.
yeah. But the thing is, commonly the mother will not show this or will not share it with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of times they will go through the pregnancy and delivery. They have suffered from a lot of depression, not recognized by anyone. Not any member of the family, even the husband, will not recognize that. And that's why we are doing this meeting, this talk. We're sharing some inputs in
Mm-hmm.
terms of
Right.
being sensitive to anyone,
And I
like
think
a
it's more of
yeah,
um to the husband and I think the people around you. This is what I'm saying, that you
we
have
have to
to
be.
be mindful about what this person feels always.
Yes, yeah,
And they might be thinking of something, like always checking on them para they feel more loved, in a sense that you don't know what they feel, but inside, deep inside, it's so heavy for them. It's
yes, yes,
always be mindful, and I think to observe
yeah,
just by
yeah. It's
looking at
yeah,
them. It doesn't have to be like, whatever they're doing. You have to observe every person, even if they're doing a lot of things, to just give a hand, basically.
yeah. Yeah, it sounds sacred for someone who
Yes.
is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the person as she's special of what she's actually going through right now.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I think, pag kasama mo sa bahay, may kasama ka sa bahay, or yung partner mo itself, you always have to make them feel like if they're hands-on, I think, to take turns. I think that is very important. Kasi minsan, as far as I noticed, alam ko, like, most Filipinos, there are, pag husband ka lang you're more like, you're doing the work and the wife is doing the household chores and everything like that. But now in reality, the reality of partnership, when you say partnership, you have to be there regardless of what you do. You do your work outside work, but when you're inside the house, you have to combine your energy. Because if you don't combine, any of you can be in the lowest point of your moment, lowest point of that time. So I'm saying this because I think on my side, I didn't have that much. So I have a partner, but then again, I'm doing all the work inside the house with the babies. It's like you just have to, it's like a king. I-ready mo na lang dyan lahat. But then again, this person doesn't know, like, I need also help with the kids. Like, pakain, paligo, or if the mom is doing this, I think the husband can do the dishwashing or, making food, preparing food as well. So also, it's less energy for the mom. It doesn't feel like she's alone. Tama ba ako, Doc? I'm not sure, ha?
Yes,
Kasi it's just
yes,
to me, that's what I notice about if you're different culture. Kasi tayong Filipinos, we're very, lalo na mga asawa, is very giving. Like, I will do everything for you. I will do to make you happy. But sometimes, you have to do it for each other. Be there for each other regardless of the situation, regardless of the other person is, have a job and the other person is just a mom. Helping each other is the most important thing. Be a partner.
I agree with you. Like being physically
Yes.
present and also emotionally present for your partner is very important.
Yeah.
Especially that pregnancy could be wonderful or traumatic experience,
Yeah.
especially pag may blood loss, di ba? Less on oxygen, so mabilis may irritable yung partner mo and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, you really need to be there. And may other factors na either traumatic birth experience
Mm-hmm.
that you really need to support them, lalo na nag-heal pa yung body nila
Yeah,
in the first
oo. Mm-mm.
few weeks. So, I think emotional support is number one, and number two, always be empathetic. So, nafe-feel ng mga babae.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Kasi ang hirap maging babae.
Mahirap maging
Napaka-complex
babae,
talaga.
not just physically, no?
Ah,
Like emotionally, we have more different kinds of emotions. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're sad, sometimes we're, you know, trying to make it easier for everybody. But then again, inside, you can't express it. Why? I think you're trying to be strong for everybody, not just for your kids. I think for your partner itself. Na parang no, I have to be strong. I have to be this. It's like nire-reset mo yung or pinapractice mo yung utak mo na no, you have to be this. But then again, inside, it's your heart is melting.
I think so, like, parang cellphone lang yun, di ba? Ang cellphone nga nalolobat. Parang pa kayo yung tao, di ba, Doc? And then basically, the emotional aspect talaga, postpartum blues, depression, postpartum anxiety, perinatal depression really needs to be recognized as early as possible. And we always need to tell the new moms or yung mga mom nang struggling pa rin with their with their pregnancy journey before, and can cause some trauma for them in the past, na depressed sila and may
Yeah.
PTSD sila in the past. I think it's like a complex na makaka-apekto sa pag-alaga sa bata. And at the same time, always verbalize. It's always important to talk it out loud. Kasi there are people na they keep it
Yeah.
into their
That is
selves.
so
They
true.
don't talk about it. And then what's gonna happen is that sasabog na lang sila bigla. And then next thing you know, they're in crisis. And that's not what we don't want our patients to experience, especially sa lahat ng new moms.
Uh-huh.
You always need to say it out loud. There's always help. And magtanong ka lang, di ba? Magsalita ka lang, pakikinggan ka nila. Doc, ano pong may advice nyo sa mga postpartum blues, depression, or even kung na-feel na nila na,
Yeah.
oh my God, kailangan ko na magpa-check sa psychiatrist or,
Yeah,
or mental health
yeah,
professional?
usually the frontliners of these pregnant women who can respond to this problem will be their own OBGYN and primary care physician. Good enough that if the depression has been identified, they're able to start some kind of medication, antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication. That's good enough, but it's also important for the mother and the rest of the family to understand the long-term consequences of this postpartum depression, which can last for maybe about 2 years or longer. No, there's a lot of negative consequences on the infant, social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development, behavioral. No, both for the mother and the infant, especially the infant. With the mother, it can be as worse as it can lead to a lot of anxiety, depression. Anxiety, even OCD
Mm.
can happen to the mother. And at the worst, if the mother has some kind of psychosis, can lead to infanticide. So that is the worst. That it's a very grave outcome. No, so. Once this depression is recognized and identified, the mother should have the understanding or has to be explained to the mother the need for treatment without delay to avoid these consequences, negative consequences. And if there is a full response on the initiated medication by the OB/GYN or primary care physician, then that's where they are supposed to be referred to the psychiatrist for more management. But identification is very, very critical. Identify the presence of prepartum and postpartum depression.
Thank you, Doc. And I agree with you. Most of the patients that I also see, if I recognize na meron po silang sintomas ng ganun, kasi magugulat ka na lang na sobrang depressed na sila, sobrang anxious na, tapos ngayon lang sila nag-help. Always tell them na may resources for postpartum moms, especially. We have postpartum international organizations, may mga support groups naman yan na pwede nilang puntahan. And tayong mga Filipinos, we have some stigma about medication, about seeking mental health. I think we need to break that stigma and talk about it. Ilatag na lang siya kaysa ma-feel ng iba na, hindi ako normal, bakit nila ako sinisiklud, or bakit ayaw nilang pakinggan yung sinasabi ko.
And I think kasi tayo parang we're always scared to say it kasi maybe we are scared of what they're going to say about it. So it's I think whoever, you have to be careful who you hang out with, who you talk to. And if you have a certain circle of people that you truly trust and knows you, those are the people that listens to you with all their hearts. So you have to be careful who you talk to, especially, it can be, I don't want to say, it sounds so bad if I say, some people, they say, I can't talk to my family because they're not going to understand it, or I cannot talk to my friends. So if none of them are not available to listen to you, I think you can talk to specialists. That is either or. Whatever you feel, I think it's always what you feel more than everyone will feel. Ewan ko, tama ba ako doon?
Tamang-tama ka, kasi may mga pasyente din akong ganyan na, takot akong mag-speak up sa family ko, sa partner ko, kasi feeling ko titignan nila ako as a sign of weakness. Parang yung preconception nila na, hindi ko dapat sasabihin to kasi meron silang sasabihin about it. But it's always important to destigmatize that and then be open. You never know, if you tell them, they could probably open doors to help you out. That's very important.
That's why we have doc specialists like both of you.
Yeah, it's important also for the OB-GYN to be sensitive to this and make an early referral, offer therapy as soon as possible if that is so identified. They have to be sensitive and act on it as soon as possible. But then, that will require a lot of education on the mother, but it has to start somewhere as soon as possible. No delay. Because the baby is growing inside. The emotion of the mother is affecting the baby. So if there's a delay in treatment, you can just imagine what can happen to the child. It can affect their cognition, learning, a lot, behavior.
Thank you so much for hopping into our podcast today. We really appreciate you, Doc. And once again, Dr. Norberto, the resident psychiatrist of PsyCup, I would like to thank you for sharing great information together with Miss Aiza Marquez right here.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you
for your
me to
service.
participate.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. The best ka. More mental health disorders will be discussed by you for sure. We would love to have you back. And then also to our very special guest, syempre may pa-flowers si Mayor.
Wow, may flowers talaga.
From PsyCup and
Sandali.
also, yes.
This is so sweet.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I live for flowers. So thank you, Doc Peter, or I would say my brother-in-law. I know I sound so formal if I say Doc Peter, but he's a cool doc. I call him cool doc because he's the coolest brother-in-law, funny, and also a very good doctor. So thank you so much for having me. Medyo na-tense ako sa mga question mo, but other than that, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much once again, and it's my pleasure. I hope we can do this more. I think this podcast will be made possible by you. And also, Past Review Center is a sponsor of this podcast. So thank you so much for those who would like to enroll for their certification, board prep, and also CEU education for nurses and nurse practitioners, where Past Review Center is your go-to training center. I would like to thank you to all of the listeners of this podcast by Psych Up, and we would like to invite you for the next episode. Please tune in. We'll be discussing more mental health disorders and how to navigate your own mental health journey. Remember, you are loved, and we are here for you. Whatever your mental health struggles are, we will take care of you. Hello everyone, my name is Pedro E. Morante. I'm a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, board certified, the founder and CEO of Pass Review. I would like to invite you for a one-day event called PMHNP Level Up Final Coaching Last Minute Preparation, happening in Los Angeles, California on September 6, 2025, Saturday. Please check out www.passnp.com for further details. See you there!
Thanks for listening to Mindful Moments with Pedro Morante. Be sure to follow the podcast so you'll never miss an episode. If you find value in our time together, leave a quick review. It helps more people discover the space we're creating. For updates and more reflections, follow us on social media. Until next time, take care.